A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of its military campaign, Israel's Security Cabinet has approved a controversial plan by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to take control of Gaza City. This decision comes as part of a broader strategy aimed at disarming Hamas and addressing the ongoing humanitarian crisis in the region. The plan outlines 5 key points: the disarmament of Hamas, the return of hostages, the demilitarization of Gaza, the establishment of Israeli security control, and the creation of a civil administration that does not align with Hamas or the Palestinian Authority. Netanyahu emphasized that Israel's objective is not to occupy or annex Gaza, but rather to dismantle Hamas and restore order before transferring authority to a transitional government. However, this announcement has sparked widespread criticism from international leaders and humanitarian organizations, raising concerns about the potential for increased violence and displacement in an already devastated region. During a press briefing, Netanyahu addressed the dire food crisis in Gaza, claiming that over 2 million tons of food had been sent to Israel but were subsequently blocked from reaching the Palestinian population. He reiterated that the goal of the operation is to eliminate Hamas and secure the release of hostages, asserting, "Our plan is not to occupy or annex Gaza. Our goal is to destroy Hamas and get our hostages back, and then hand over Gaza to a transitory government." The decision to occupy Gaza City marks a significant shift in Israel's military strategy and has raised alarms about the humanitarian implications for the civilian population. Reports indicate that the city, once home to hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, is now facing severe shortages of food and medicine due to ongoing military operations and blockades. The United Nations has warned that this plan could lead to massive forced displacement and further exacerbate the humanitarian crisis. International reactions to Israel's plans have been mixed, with several world leaders condemning the potential for increased violence. The UN has expressed concern over the humanitarian impact, highlighting that the war has already resulted in the deaths of over 61,000 Palestinians since the conflict escalated in October 2023. In response to the announcement, Hamas has vowed to resist the Israeli military's advance, warning that any attempt to occupy Gaza will be met with fierce opposition. Within Israel, the plan has faced backlash from various quarters, including military officials and families of hostages. Critics argue that a full occupation could lead to further instability and loss of life, and that the government is not adequately addressing the concerns of its citizens regarding the ongoing conflict. Netanyahu's comments about potentially transferring control to Arab forces have also raised questions about the feasibility and legitimacy of such a move, with many wondering which entities would be willing to take on that responsibility. As the situation unfolds, it remains unclear when the Israeli military will initiate its takeover of Gaza City. Reports suggest that the military may delay action until residents have evacuated the area, raising fears of mass displacement and further humanitarian crises. The Israeli government has stated that it believes controlling Gaza City is essential for achieving its objectives against Hamas, despite the potential consequences for the civilian population. The international community continues to monitor the situation closely, with calls for a ceasefire and renewed negotiations to address the underlying issues of the conflict. As tensions rise and the humanitarian situation deteriorates, the world watches with bated breath, hoping for a resolution that prioritizes peace and the well-being of all affected by the conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.